Welcome back to Live to Fish. It is a balmy 53 degrees out here today in Chesterfield, Michigan. I am at the paddle launch, which is like a really fancy way of saying kayak launch, but it's for, canoes and other paddle devices, which is kind of what I got here today, the UltraSkiff. I mean, granted, I have a trolling motor on it, but we'll be using a paddle to get out first. But I'm so stoked to get out there today. It's going to be high of 70. Let's get to it. All right, so we are officially launched. Not too bad, a little heavy with the two batteries. But as you can see over here, this little bridge. Hopefully I'm not going to get decapitated. Make an attempt for that. Let's get this trolling motor in. All right, and we're off. Battery's still at full. It's showing the battery at 2 now. That's not good. That's not a good sign at all. Battery's up to 3 now. I'm not sure how this is going to work. You don't know unless you try, right? And we're off. So the battery meter says to check when it's off, not when it's running. So that's why I'm getting a false positive on the thing running dry quick. But I got the spare, so. Plus I'm not too far from the marina here. I'm not too worried about it. Here we go, under the bridge. Perfect. Definitely enough clearance. All right, let's get out onto Lake St. Clair. This spills out into Anchor Bay. And I'm gonna probably head north and go to Brandenburg. Since the park is closed off right now for repairs, at least that would give me a chance to get in there and fish the pier. Give a shout out to Mike Alla and Jerry Hoppy, who probably recognize this area where they keep their boats. A little ways to go yet, and we'll be out in Anchor Bay. All right, we are nearing the mouth here of the canal to Anchor Bay. Let's say it took about maybe 5 minutes to get from that kayak launch to here. It's not too bad. Definitely want to take this out to Stony Creek and see how I do. So far, so good. All right, here we are, leaving the canal and heading out into Anchor Bay. The winds are pretty calm, a little bit of a chop. Not too bad though. This thing tracks really well. But if it got much choppier, I'd probably be wishing that I took some Dramamine. Shout out to Robo there. I remember when we went walleye fishing and we were on Lake Huron and the waves were cresting probably 3 feet. Man, we were green around the gills. That was brutal. That was a rough day. All right, throwing out a swim bait with the Shimano SLX combo. The nice thing about this, you got 360 degrees access, much better than the kayak. Guy just came out of his house and wanted me to show him the UltraSkiff, so here we go. It's a little slow on getting around, but it gets you in the tight spots, you know? Yeah, it's called an UltraSkiff. Okay. I think they came out about 2014. The company down in Texas. It's pretty cool.
Obviously, canoe, something like that. You're up in the air too.
Yeah, I had a kayak and I just didn't care for it. It wasn't stable enough. I only had a 10-footer. So I was looking at like the 12-foot, the 14-foot kayaks, but then you got to get the trailer and boat.
And exactly, at that point you just get boat. Right?
Yeah, so this thing weighs 125 pounds, so it's twice as much as the kayak, but you roll it everywhere, like a tire.
It would be hard to move around.
No, it's super easy. And I use one of those, like the wheelchair lifts on the back of my Jeep with a little ramp. Just roll it right up, strap it down, and off I go.
Oh, shit.
It's so much easier than the kayak. It's crazy.
I believe it. Well, because I saw you coming down, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, I get a lot of looks and a lot of people asking about it. When I launched over there at the kayak launch, and it took me a while because people were asking about it. It's cool though.
That is sweet. Awesome.
But yeah.
It's got numbers and everything. That's all registered. It's so sweet.
Yeah, you got to do that once you put the trolling motor on it. Yeah. I mean, you could paddle it if you wanted to. They have, you know, PVC connectors they have where you can actually row it. So it's not too bad. You can bring it out to Stony or whatever. And
I'd have to throw it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, awesome. Thanks for showing me, man.
Cool.
I've never seen one before.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Enjoy the fishing.
You bet. Have a good day.
Catch anything?
What's that? Not yet.
Not yet?
No, I just launched over there, so just kind of trolling
Brandon,
down here. I'm gonna have...
Awesome. Enjoy the day.
Cool. Take care, man. I'm beginning to think I should go into sales for UltraSkiff. My golly, even at the boat launch or the kayak launch there, people are asking about it. People definitely, something new. People haven't seen this out too much here in Lake St. Clair, which I'm surprised. It's so agile and so easy to get out here, and it handles the waves so well. I'm really surprised more people don't run these out here. But with that being said, let me get some casting in right here. A little bit of structure. Hope I don't run into some snags. But at least now I can zip over to them and take care of it. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought something was wrong at first. He came running out of the house waving me down like, hey, hey. I like the way this tracks too, because it actually don't matter how it tracks. Unlike the kayak, you're constantly fighting it to stay stable. And this, you just got to rotate your seat. Pretty easy. Get used to the casting though. That's one thing I got to get used to. I will say I noticed a huge difference going back to where I came from, as you'll note that I was tracking south once I turned the trolling motor off as I was heading north. Obviously it's the current that I was fighting, and the trolling motor was working twice as hard. Now I'm kind of just cruising along a pretty good pace. Not bad. So I'm going to have to take those things into consideration, both the current and the wind patterns. Like right now there's absolutely no wind. It's just dead out here. Like I said, the only wakes that I'm hitting are from other boats zipping across the lake. Beautiful day. There's a swan. Stay there, buddy. I'm not gonna bother you. I used to get chased on those things on my Sea-Doo. Oh, I hated them. They're mean. Beautiful birds, but nasty dispositions. Hey, he's eyeing me pretty good. I'm moving along, dude. It'd be nice to catch some fish, though. even one. Definitely some really good spots here that aren't accessible to me from shore that I'd definitely like to come back to once the water warms up a little bit. And this is a pristine spot right here. Drop a weightless worm in there. Just wait for those largemouth. Get in the way of the stumps though. When I hit one of those, I feel like launching myself from the UltraSkiff here. There's a little swim bait out there. As I've been motoring along, I've been trolling this swim bait too in different spots. Still getting nothing. I just don't think they're moving this far north. It's buggy over here though, I'll give it that. It's not even that warm out. That's already getting buggy. Little gnats everywhere. It's important to remember, like I said in that one video where I unboxed those gloves, which I probably should be wearing today. When it's overcast like this, it's very deceiving because the sun is still out and burning you. So I got my fishing hat on today. Long sleeves, long pants. I was gonna wear shorts and do some sunblock, but I opted for the fishing cap and long sleeves all the way around. It was layered pretty good because it was a little cool out, but it's starting to push up into closer to 70. But like I said, it's overcast, kind of hazy, but that sun will still get you. So avoid skin cancer at all costs. Cover up, protect your skin. Very important. That's enough for my public service announcement for today. Back to fishing. It's funny with this trolling motor because when I first turn it on, it's like, yeah, and you're jumping and it's going, and then you just feel like it's just kind of motoring. Kind of plateaus out, and that's it. Don't move too bad though. Definitely think I need to head out just a little bit farther. Let's try that and we'll head back in. Guess it's hard to do worse than my current average. Let's see what I can do here. The GoPro battery died already, so I had to change that out. And these gnats are horrible. Drifted out a little bit farther because, man, they were awful. I took my fishing hat off and they were filled around the brim. They're like all over me. So it's definitely getting buggy out here. So I had to shake my hat off. I started feeling my neck was kind of itchy, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? Took off my hat, and man, they were all over the brim. So I am retreating out into the deeper waters, away from the bugs, and hopefully towards the fish. We'll see. Can't tell that bad. Boat's out this way. All right, we're gonna do a little practice here and stand up. Okay, that's easier than I thought. Well, definitely more stable than the kayak. Although the seat feels like it's too close right on my legs. Stand up, you can't really walk around too much. If the seat was off, it wouldn't be bad. Might even try doing that, taking the seat post off. So that's the Lex cast a mile. That's with a ton of feathering too. All right, I'm almost back to the entrance of the canal, back to where the launch is located, and the battery now shows 1 battery left out of the 4. So looks like I'm pretty close to dying out here and having to switch to the second battery. So hopefully I get back in time before that happens. But in the meantime, I'll just drift. Save me some power. This house in front of me here was on the market 2 years ago for around $240. but it needed so much work. You can see they put a whole new deck on the thing. They put all new windows on, still got the stickers on it. Put all new siding. I re-roofed it. But this thing was in bad shape, but it was cheap and on the water. But then all the high water came in, all the flooding happened. The house over here on the corner, that was flooded over last year when we came out here fishing. There's water throughout it. Still got the Century 21 for sale sign up. I think they bailed out of that property. It's terrible what happened to so many homes over here. And north of here too, around Algonac. A lot of people got flooded out. So this is the canal I came out of before. Now if I head south, I'm gonna head along inside the bay and out that way. You probably can't see it on the GoPro, but that's out where Selfridge is over there, and then you have the Metro Beach area that I was at before off the point. So I'm gonna try going south next time, since north only got me so far. But I might launch from Selfridge next time, or even Metro. Might be fun to just fish that canal on the way out, from where the marina is and the boat launch is. All kinds of possibilities now, doors open. But the tough part is too, I know where my sweet spots are from the shore, so it's kind of killing me right now, because it's like I want to be there, even though I know the temperatures are still a little too cool to be bringing them in where I'm at. I still want to get to my tried and trues and know where places I'm comfortable and have the most confidence in fishing. But this is a good experience. And this will be lit once, like I said, once the water warms up. It'll be really nice. And that wraps up the experience with the UltraSkiff launch. I know it was about as exciting as watching paint dry, wasn't it? But hey, at least I got it out there. So that's half of it. What you didn't get is, because the other GoPro battery died, the adventure back. And when I was coming back underneath that nice little overpass there, underneath the bridge, I had one of my rods in the rod holder. And there was not enough clearance for that under the bridge, and I found out the hard way. It scraped, it bent, but I was able to save it. But as I was doing that, the UltraSkiff spun. The rods that were hanging off in the rod mule caught the concrete wall and almost pushed off the UltraSkiff into the water. So I almost lost everything. Recovered, everything was fine, got back to shore. The toughest part of getting that thing out of the water was getting it onto a portion of the shore where I could actually lift it up to stabilize it enough to get the batteries out, to get most of the weight gone so I could lift the boat out of the water. It was easy launching in because the sandy area that I was at was easy to push off. The problem is there was really no shoreline or shallow area for me to step in with my water shoes. And so when I came back, it was kind of like, ooh, crap, I got to kind of get as close as I can to shore, throw the rope out, hop out, pull it up, and it was a mess, and it was not pretty. I apologize. I didn't have any footage getting the thing actually launched and getting it put together, because there's so much that goes into it. It takes up so much time. I didn't want to use up the GoPro battery because I had every intention on catching fish, and I thought it would be more exciting. Same thing goes for breaking everything down. It was the same kind of thing. It was just a long, arduous process, but it was well worth it. So I can't wait to bring you on some more UltraSkiff adventures, but I just think it's going to have to wait a little while until the water warms up and the fish start coming up a little farther north. Either that, or I need to try that UltraSkiff in some inland waters, and that might be the way to go. So thank you so much for watching the launch of the UltraSkiff. And again, for those of you that are returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. And it means so much to me. We've gotten over 100 subscribers. If you haven't yet subscribed, smash that subscribe button and become a subscriber to Live to Fish. Well, that wraps this video up. And until next time, be safe, be well, and as always, live to fish. Take care.